Ladies and gentlemen, we are standing on top of Arlo's Pinewood Derby car.
Hey, Richard, this thing is huge. Why would anybody want to race it?
Well, Arlo did, and he took first place in a huge competition. There's your name, Aaron.
I still don't get it, Richard. I think that they ought to drive regular-sized cars.
Aaron, we just need you to introduce the drivers. Come on.
It's Dog Squab Racing, and Jabo is the driver of this Ford F-150 Raptor, or the Sandblaster as they like to call it. Jabo's truck is at 70 grams with a 40-60 weight ratio, so it's a little aft, and there you see the qualifying time.
These big trucks, they've been performing well here on the sand dunes.
And look out, we have from Scratch Racing Q, and Q is, well, he's queued up to race. The number 12 Dodge Ram. And hey Richard.
Yeah.
Do we know anything else about Q?
Well, if he races as good as he's supporting James Bond, he's going to have some tricks up his sleeve, Aaron.
Oh. All right, now we have from Milestone Diecast Racing, it's Dusty Miles and a 1979 Ford pickup.
Yeah, Dusty Miles, he's showing off his very common livery of green and orange.
Well, hey Richard, what do you think of those colors?
I have to say, that's perfect for a 79 pickup.
Yep. And then finally, it's Slick Fitty. And Richard, how do you say the name of the racing team?
I say, Stupid Fish Racing.
Okay, well, the Stupid Fish Racing team is driving the Ford F-150 SVT. Well, it's a Sandblaster. And look how it's half-loaded.
Okay, fans, we have 4 races now to determine which 2 are going to go to the quarterfinals. And there you see their lane assignments. Q is closest to us, and they are off, and look at Slick Fitty pull out in the lead. Q is not too far behind, and on the outside is Dusty Miles, and he's looking good in his 79 Ford pickup, but Slick Fitty has the lead and is just cruising along beautifully. Onto the half pipe, lots of control, and a sub 18 second time as we watch. Who was that in number 3? And there's, oh, and the train is gonna smack and be stopped by Slick Fitty.
Okay, race fans, and now, are you tracking? Look at how Q is contending with that quicksand. Now, Dog Squab Racing is the furthest behind, but as he comes in, there you see Q spin out. Japo with Dog Squab Racing comes in third. That's the blue streak we didn't see, but there is a double hit, and it looks like Slick Fitty is on top of the caboose. 2 other drivers land on their wheels, but it was Slick Fitty taking first place, landing on his wheels and stopping the train. And he, with Stupid Fish Racing, as Richard says, leads with 8 points.
That was quite a first race, and really the best scenario for Slick Fitty and Dusty Miles. They began with they started hot. Here we go, race number 2, and Slick Fitty's out there. You can see Dusty Miles closest to us, pulling a nose, and now a car length ahead of the other drivers, but this is a tight pack. And here they go over the dunes. Slick Fitty's pulling out a lead. What a nice, efficient way to make use of those dunes with his big Ford truck, and he is going to come on through again. He'll take first place. Jabo in second. There's third place, and fourth place is Q. All the drivers finish.
It's great to see such tight competition, and as they enter the dunes, they're all keeping pace with one another until right here. And that big old Sandblaster blasted through the sand and held the lead. Now Q comes in fourth. He's going to have to figure out a way to get ahead of these other drivers. Here he comes in the picture. And now it's time to find out who landed on their wheels, and lots of flipping and flopping. And Dusty Miles is the only driver to land on his wheels, so he will collect another 3 points. He's at 7, Jabo's at 5, but look at Slick Fitty in the lead with 13.
Very good, Aaron. Well, the drivers again have rotated, and Jabo, who was on the outside, is now in lane 1 closest to us. This is key for Jabo. He's going to have to challenge the driver right to his right, and so far he's got a truck and a half length behind. Q is up there. That's looking good as he and Dusty Miles are wrestling it out here in the lead. And I like what I see with Q. He pulled ahead of Slick Fitty, and now he's going to challenge, and oh, he takes second place. And it was Dusty Miles in first on that round. Boy, what a close race.
If you look here, over the dunes, the competition is really stiff. And I do like what I see with Slick Fitty. Although he lets Q ahead of him here, he's going to stay nice and tight. Now watch as the drivers come over the hill and converge on the halfpipe. It's Dusty Miles that holds the inside line, gets bumped by Slick Fitty. Now he goes cartwheeling around. Slick Fitty lands on his wheels, that's always nice, and J-Bo, well, he's gonna smack the flat car full of ducks that was owned by Dubious Diecast. J-Bo is taking it out on the ducks, and I guess there are no Jeeps here, and so why not? And ladies and gentlemen, the last race is about to begin.
Okay, so J-Bo and Q are 5 and 6 points behind Dusty Miles, respectively. Either one of those drivers must take first place. And, well, actually, Q has to land on his wheels. They've got to get ahead of this guy who's in the lead right now. I see Q in the picture. He's going to have a chance. Oh, my goodness, and he does pull ahead. But now they're wrestling it around the pretzel turn. And look at J-Bo fight for his position. But, folks, it's going to be Dusty Miles in first place, Q in second. There's Slick Fitty in third. J-Bo will take fourth on the final race.
You know, Richard?
Yeah.
All of the drivers finished every race. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's a testimony to how well they built their trucks. And look at how they're fighting through the pretzel turn here, Aaron.
It's too bad that only 2 of them get to advance. But that replay there clearly shows who the 2 faster drivers are. And well-deserved for Dusty Miles, who takes first, and for Slick Fitty, although he took third. Look at how the final scores wrap up. Slick Fitty with 18 and Dusty Miles with 17. They are going to be moving on to the quarterfinal. Now let's go to halftime.
Aaron, we don't have the Hold My Beer guys.
Oh, okay, I guess not. So is it commercial break?
Yeah, sure. Harvey. Oh, Billy.
Hey, Richard, I don't think this is supposed to happen.
Hey, can somebody tell us what's going on?
Richard, how about this? Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Hold My Beer guys in the dark.
And they've never looked better. Just look at them.
Good one, Richard.
Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. Aaron, it's your turn. Go.
Yes, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to begin Group 5 with Kaboom Racing, and Donnie B drives this Ford F-150 Raptor. Now, he is a little half-loaded at 58%.
Donnie was here at the inaugural Sand Dunes race. He tipped over a few times. Hope he does better. Good luck to you.
Introducing Layla with Arlo Racing. She is a baby, and she's a baby rockin' the Dodge D100 in that beautiful pink and white and blue.
Anytime Arlo or his team is on the track, I tell the other drivers, just beware. You never know what to expect.
And here, oh, hey Richard, check this out. The driver for Spirit of 64 Racing is Dreyfus Wild.
Dreyfus Wild. Okay.
Now, Richard, say that name faster.
Dreyfus Wild.
No, faster, come on.
Dreyfus Wild.
And what does that sound like to you?
It sounds like a guy named Dreyfus, and his last name is Wild. I don't understand.
Well, never mind, because now we have Lone Star with Live Young Diecast. He's the number 5 seed, and he's right at 70 grams and nearer 50-50 weight distribution. This truck was very, very solid during the time trials.
Indeed it was. That's one of those Dodge Power Wagons. Hey, and race fans, we've got a great lineup here. So, Dreyfus... Wait a minute. Is that Dreyfus Wild?
Duh.
Is that what we're trying to get at? He's way out there on the outside. Now, Layla is closest to us. Here we go. Race 1 is on its way. And look at that. Dreyfus Wild is... Oh, no, he's on his side. Just as I was about to compliment him for being in the lead. So Donnie is the leader over the dunes. Layla has pulled up next to Lone Star. There they go. Lone Star is going to hold his position. Layla has spun around backwards. And meanwhile, Donnie B is going to just cruise on through the finish line in first. Lone Star in second. Layla will throw it down in third.
Race fans, are you tracking? Dreyfus Wild really did drive us wild as he tipped over on his side. And meanwhile, Layla was pushing hard to get Lone Star to move sideways or move out of the way. And look at Donnie B, just about tip over. He's on 2 wheels. He comes over the jump, and he just misses Billy's train. Lone Star had a perfect shot and did a perfect strike into the tree. But Lone Star ends up with 4 points on his wheels. Donnie B with Kaboom Racing leads with 5.
Yeah, and there we see Dreyfus Wild closest to us with Spirit of 64 Racing regretting what could have been as he had the lead. And Dreyfus Wild is, look at that nice fast start by Dreyfus Wild. He's got the lead, and look at him, a couple of truck lengths ahead. He's first onto the dunes. Layla seems to be in second, and there on the outside is Donnie B. Here comes Dreyfus Wild. He smooth through the hills. Layla's right there as they're going to challenge for second and third. My goodness, and Lone Star just blasts his way in. He ends up on his wheels.
Let's begin here. over the dunes, and you see Spirit of 64 Racing. He really atones for his tip over on the first race. Lone Star, surprisingly, after finishing 5th overall in the times trials, is struggling to keep up with these drivers. Here he comes. Now, as they come onto the half-pipe, it's hard to say who took second. Well, let's watch again here. And Lone Star manages to bully his way over for an extra point, and it was Layla taking second. So things are really tightly locked up with Donnie B leading with 7 points and Lone Star with 6.
Boy, this third race, it's going to be key. So here we have Lone Star on the outside, Layla next to him, Drive Us Wild in lane 2, and Donnie B in lane 1. Here we go, a good start by Drive Us Wild and Layla. Layla's pulled out, and Drive Us Wild, they are matched nose to nose, and there goes Drive Us Wild taking a slight lead. Around the pretzel turn, I think the advantage. Oh no! He's on his side, and Layla comes along, taking first place. And there is Lone Star. He does not finish. He is stuck at the top of the half pipe. Oh, and here's Donnie B, trapped behind Drive Us Wild.
You know, Richard, this really was a strange turn of events. Are you tracking? After all of the activity, Layla pulls on by. Now here's where we see Donnie B getting trapped. Behind Drive Us Wild, there's Layla, and watch carefully. Lone Star loses control, hits the side barrier, and gets his rear axle stuck on the half pipe. He will not collect any points. Meanwhile, Layla finishes on her wheels. She will add 6 more, and suddenly, with 1 race remaining, we have 1 driver at 11 points and 3 others vying to catch up.
Aaron, this race has been anything but normal. Layla's got the advantage. She's on the outside. Drive Us Wild, Donnie B, Lone Star is closest to us. The 3 drivers that are closest to us, that's the attention, that's the focus. Drive Us Wild holds a lead. There goes Donnie B. He pulls out, having a better turn and going down, but Layla has the lead on the dunes right now. Oh, and Drive Us Wild does a nice job. He is behind Layla. Oh my goodness, it's a big crash. Both of them, I don't know what happened there and what drove Wild, Mr. Drive Us Wild, to go so wild, as Donnie B wins the race, and there Lone Star is on his wheels.
Wow, Richard, this is really a wacky race. I think Drive Us Wild was being a little bit too wild there. He was trying to pass in a 1-lane zone, and he knocks out Layla. Now, I don't think that'll knock out Layla's chances to move on. Layla was wiggling back and forth during that turn, but there certainly wasn't an opening. Meanwhile, there goes Donnie and Lone Star down the half pipe. Donnie B will take the win. Lone Star makes the jump. Yeah, and he does swivel around. But race fans, ladies and gentlemen, Donnie B with first place finish is moving on with 12 points, and Layla will also be moving on.
Oh, and Lone Star, he missed out by just 1 point. Did everything he could. Let's recap. You have been watching Groups 4 and 5 of the High Lift Pickup Smackdown. And there you see quarterfinal number 4. Those 4 drivers are ready. Race fans, Class A Racing has graduated to the quarterfinals. The next time we see you, we will be watching quarterfinal number 1, led by BLR, and quarterfinal number 4, led by Stupid Fish Racing.
Are you tracking?